Hey, so the other day I posted the last video before this. I had actually written down 3 separate notes. There's like a dog hair. There we go. It's driving me nuts. On things I wanted to share. And so I've got 2 left. And so here comes the next one. Let's go with this one. It's shorter. So one thing that I wanted to share is that I used to go from one poor fitting relationship to another. Literally, it was just over and over. It was a cycle. And every time that it crashed and burned, it left me feeling less than and unworthy of love. Like, I thought there was something wrong with me, and that's why it didn't work out. That's why they didn't want to stick around. That's why they didn't care about me. That's why they left. I thought it was my fault. I was flawed. And then I finally realized, okay, this might sound the same, but it's not. I realized that I was the common denominator for this ongoing cycle of being attracted to relationships that were not fulfilling, and that left me feeling shitty in the long run. I even felt shitty during most of those relationships before they ended. And here's the thing. The common denominator wasn't me because I suck and I failed and I wasn't worth it. It was because I was putting myself in situations that were not meant for me, that were not the best suited for me. I was settling. I was making excuses for things. I was extra forgiving for reasons that we would not actually be a compatible fit. I was always in it thinking I could help and we could grow together, and that if I loved him just enough, if I loved him enough, he in turn would see the light, and it would become this beautiful, amazing thing where basically, I guess I saved him. My friend said that I have a bit of a fixing complex. When I finally realized that the common denominator was me, and that didn't mean that I was flawed and that I was wrong and that I didn't deserve love and I was worthless, I realized it was because some thought process that was going on in me, some sort of belief system, was not serving me, and I was then therefore fulfilling this empty need inside of me, but I was doing it in all the wrong ways. And it wasn't because I'm dumb. It's because I just was going with what I knew at the time. And so I actually took steps back and was like, okay, I need to sit down and figure this out. What is going on here that is attracting? This is the relationships that's just a reflection of what's going on in here. So if I wanted to reflect something different, I need to work on that. I need to figure out what the heck's going on. And since then, I've learned so much self-love and respect that's raised my standards, has lowered my tolerance for bullshit. I don't have all the allowances that were on before. I'm not calling them flags, but I'm just saying there's things that, like, it's obvious. You know, like how we're not, where I see myself dimming my shine or quieting myself or feeling that I can't fully be myself in order to accommodate the other person, that's no longer okay, because I need to be my full self. The person that I'm meant to be with, who will actually stick around, who wants to be with me, wants me for my full self. I need to be my full self in order for that to happen. And I need to be able to love and respect myself in order for that to happen. I need to have healthy boundaries and standards and understanding of myself and others in order for that to happen. And so 2017, I finally had the hugest bonk on the head. It was a doozy. The universe was saying, girl, what the hell? We're trying to show you. We're trying to show you, and you're just not listening. And I'm like, no. Because as it was happening and right after it happened, like, I mean, this guy was a doozy. I mean, all the issues. And I was in it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm not saying that he tricked me into it. I'm saying I tricked me into it. Like, and as soon as hindsight flipped in, I'm like, the fuck was I doing? Like, there's just no way in hell. You know, it's kind of like when you're watching a movie and you're like, girl, no, stop it. Like, in hindsight, I was going, girl, no, stop it. And so I took steps back, and I have been working on myself hardcore. I was priming myself to be able to do that step back. 2011, I was tired of getting fatter and fatter and having to get new clothes and having so many clothes that didn't fit me, and a switch had flipped in my head, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was going to get health. I was going to lose the weight. Back then, it was very surface level. But in that process, a year later, a half a year later, I was introduced to a whole new program and way of looking at things, and trainers that were always saying all these amazing things. And I learned that I love exercise, and I started learning about personal development, and that primed me. 5 years of that primed me to be able to see the shit that I was putting myself through. Was it 2017? Yes, it was indeed. Or was it 2016? You know what? It doesn't matter. It was years ago. It's almost 2024 now. And we don't give ourselves enough credit for the shit we've been through and the shit we've gained during all of that, because we get so hyper focused on the not enoughness, the I don't have it yet, it's still not here. And that can lead to so many other things like avoidance and just not doing anything. Bitterness, anger, despair, and to be able to actually like look at it like you're watching a movie or reading a book and being excited to see what's on the next page. Like, that just hit me. This part just hit me. Being excited to see what comes next on the next page during the next episode, like the cliffhangers, and to realize that we ain't done yet. And you know what? We're never done yet, because we're continually growing. And I wanted to just share that. This is I don't even know what I'm going to title it, because this is just me just spitting it out, sharing. I just had a little note that I had written because this was something that I felt compelled to share, because so peace out. One more to go up here. Thanks for listening.